Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something, well, pretty revolutionary. We're looking at how artificial intelligence is fundamentally changing coding. And crucially, the amazing opportunities this opens up for young tech talent across Africa. Our source for this is the piece, AI, Coding and Opportunity in Africa.
Yeah, and what jumps out right away is how linked these things are.
Hmm.
The AI evolution and the boom in Africa's tech scene, they're not separate tracks. They're really feeding each other. This isn't just like faster machines. It's a whole new way of thinking about building tech and who gets to build it.
Exactly. So our mission really in this deep dive is to get under the hood. How is AI changing the nuts and bolts of technology, and how's it rewriting coding education? And maybe most importantly, what doors is this opening for that next wave of tech leaders in Africa? So just think for a second. Are you curious how AI is shifting from, I don't know, sci-fi concepts to a real tool,
Yeah.
tool empowering people, especially in dynamic places like Africa, to actually code their own future? Okay, let's unpack this.
Right. And the source makes a really critical point early on. AI isn't just theory anymore, not by a long shot. It's out there tackling real problems, things we can actually see, like AI giving personalized medical advice where doctors are scarce, or providing farmers with data insights to handle, climate change impacts. Real stuff.
It's actually kind of staggering when you think about the scale. And the core point, like the article says, is that these AI solutions don't just appear, right? They're built by coders. People conceptualize them, refine them. So as AI gets woven into everything, the need for people who can work with it just grows.
Precisely. And that leads straight into this really big shift, the partnership.
Yeah.
Humans and AI coding together. It's not one replacing the other. It's,
Right.
well, it's a synergy.
Right. The article mentions tools that are already making this happen. You've got things like GitHub Copilot. Lots of developers use that already. And then there's CodeSkill's AI Tutor, which sounds more like a guided learning thing.
Yeah.
These aren't small tweaks. It feels like a different way of working entirely.
Totally. And what's so interesting is how the AI acts like this. Intelligent helper. Think about it suggesting code snippets as you type, or finding those really obscure bugs that could take a human hours, and even tailoring lessons to how you learn best. Like maybe you're stuck on Python loops. The AI could notice and give you specific practice, specific explanations.
And the source even throws in that quote of fictional researcher, Dr. Kamau, saying by 2030, 80% of coding jobs will involve AI collaboration. And then African coders who master these tools today will have a global edge tomorrow. That's quite a statement.
It really hits home, doesn't it? It changes what being a coder even means.
Yeah.
Maybe less about memorizing every single command and more about knowing how to direct the AI, how to partner with it effectively to innovate. It demands different skills, problem solving, creativity.
Absolutely. And thinking ahead, the article also touches on, well, what's next? The technologies shaping the future of coding. It's not just the languages we use now. There's more coming down the pipeline.
Indeed. It flags things like quantum computing, edge AI, and generative models. Big stuff. Now, they might sound a bit abstract, but the potential is very real. Quantum computing, for instance, could solve problems way beyond our current computers. Imagine optimizing, say, energy grids across Africa.
Yeah.
Just wow. And edge AI that's processing data right on the device, not in the cloud. Think smart cities, self-driving cars reacting instantly.
That's mind-bending. So the takeaway is coders need to be adaptable, lifelong learners.
Pretty much. The technical basics are still vital, of course, but being able to grab these new concepts, these emerging fields, and run with them, that's going to be crucial.
And this connects directly to how platforms like codeskill.xyz are trying to get people ready. It's not just about watching videos, is it? It's more active, more personal.
Exactly. The article mentions CodeSkill has courses from basic programming and software engineering right up to AI. But the really interesting part is how they use those AI tutors. That's different. Well, they can adapt the learning in ways a standard class often can't, right?
Right.
If you're finding something tricky, maybe those Python loops, again, the AI gives you feedback right then.
Yeah.
Offers different ways to understand it, creates exercises just for you. It's very tailored.
And there's that great example, Mary from Kenya,
Yeah.
building a health app for her community. The story wasn't just her idea, but how the CodeSkill AI tutor helped her, like a virtual mentor, guiding her through coding problems, debugging.
Yeah, Mary's story is fantastic. It shows how these tools empower people not just to learn, but to actually build things, to solve problems they see around them. And the article brings up another trend that's making tech more accessible: vibe coding.
Vibe coding, I like the sound of that. What exactly is it for anyone listening who hasn't heard the term?
Basically, it's using natural language, just plain English like we're talking now, to tell an AI what you want it to code. You sort of
Mm.
describe the vibe, the idea of the software, and the AI can generate a starting point, the initial code. It's like briefing an assistant. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So how do platforms like CodeSkill fit into that?
Well, they help bridge that gap, right, between the intuitive natural language idea and the actual programming logic. Their programming courses teach you how to blend your creativity, your vibe, with the AI's efficiency, how to guide it properly.
And thinking about Africa,
Yeah,
wow, the potential seems massive. Local innovators quickly building prototypes for local needs,
exactly. Fintech apps for people without bank accounts, maybe.
or e-learning tools for rural schools and local languages, all kicked off with this kind of human AI teamwork.
It really feels like a call to action, like the article says. The future of tech isn't waiting. It's happening now.
Yeah.
And young Africans are absolutely central to it.
Definitely. The piece makes it clear AI is lowering barriers. You might not need that super formal, expensive, years-long training just to start building things anymore.
And platforms like codeskill.xyz offer a way in, a practical route. It's about getting your hands dirty, building stuff, gaining those skills that matter now.
The source paints some really inspiring pictures, doesn't it? A student in Lagos coding an AI app to predict crop diseases.
Mhm.
A developer in Accra building an educational chatbot in Twi or Go.
These aren't just dreams, they're becoming possible.
And the article even gives a first step. Try building a simple chatbot. Use Python.
Yeah, a tangible starting point. And it mentions the CodeSkill AI programming course as a resource if you want guidance. Plus their community forum, connecting with other learners, finding mentors, that support network is important too,
It really is about building that whole ecosystem, isn't it?
for sure. So wrapping up this deep dive on AI, coding, and opportunity in Africa, the main thing is AI isn't just some add-on. It's becoming fundamental to technology's future.
Yeah.
And that's a huge, huge opportunity for African students to learn, to create, to lead.
Right, and places like codeskill.xyz are stepping up, giving people the tools, the skills in AI, cybersecurity, software engineering, turning potential into real impact.
Which leaves us with a question for you, the listener, to maybe think about. With AI advancing so fast, becoming easier to use, what problem, what innovation could you start tackling with these tools?